Welcome back, True Seeker. February 10th, 2021, 3 days after the Super Bowl concluded. Today, the Bucs having their Super Bowl 55 parade. And meanwhile, in Tom Brady's old city, Boston, Billy Conigliaro, the first draft pick ever by the Boston Red Sox, is dead at 73. And as we've been talking about, Tom Brady's scripted Super Bowl 55 ritual had everything to do with 73. It was one of the top reasons we liked him to win the rigged event that was. Now, what I want you to see is what a ritual this is and why they chose this man to be sacrificed on this date, February 10th, the 41st day of the year. Notice from his August 15th birthday to his death today, February 10th, 179 days later. And in Gematria, Buccaneers equals 179. 179 is also the 41st prime number. And today is the 41st day of the year. You know, just like how we told you 2 years ago before the season began, it would be Tom Brady and the Patriots over Los Angeles. Brady was definitely winning the Super Bowl at age 41. This year, before the season began, we had Bucs over Chiefs, and along the way, we showed how it was synced up with Gisele's 41st birthday. The Super Bowl was played 163 days before Gisele's 41st birthday. The Chiefs fell to 16-3. I'm going to show you how this man's full name equals 163 in just a moment. But notice, he's dead at 73 on a date with 53 numerology, and he played for the Boston Red Sox. And again, Brady won Super Bowl 53 with Boston over Los Angeles. Patriots equals 53, Los Angeles 53. But notice, Tampa, Florida is 53 forwards. It's 73 in reverse, right? So this Boston athlete dies the day while Tampa Bay is celebrating their Super Bowl with Tom Brady, who just came from Boston, right? And he goes down there, and then all of a sudden Tampa wins the Stanley Cup. They win the AL pennant. They're in the Super Bowl. I mean, just couldn't be any more obvious what a joke sports are. But notice, Tampa, Florida, and Boston Red Sox both have the 53 connection. Again, Tampa, Florida also 73. Brady just improved to 7-3 with the Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida. Now, this man dead on the 53 date numerology on the 41st day of the year, 179 days after his birthday. And don't overlook that his birthday is August 15th. That's the Jesuit birthday. They were created on that day in 1534. In 2020, Donald Trump, the Jesuit puppet, who's been synced up with a lot of pro sports events, because again, the Jesuits control the whole thing, from the federal government to your favorite sports teams. All roads lead to Rome. Once upon a time, Rome had a government very much like ours, a dominant military like ours, and kept the manpower pacified with the Colosseum. Same thing with the sports games today. But from his birthday to his death, 179 days. And remember, in the game, right before the kicker for the Chiefs shanked the ball out of bounds, they mentioned that he went to the Jesuit high school. That wasn't an accident. So this man's name, Billy Conigliaro, 163. Again, 163, the 38th prime. Tom Brady's full name, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., 163. The game was played 163 days before Gisele's 41st birthday. And after Super Bowl 53, Tom Brady came out and said his wife was a good witch, and she cast magical spells for him to help him win his big games. And of course, what are we talking about? Gematria, which comes from Kabbalah. And what's the word spelling? To make words and to make magic. Spelling. So the Chiefs fall to 16-3, like 163, the 38th prime on the 38th day of the year, February 7th. Notice his surname alone is 103. Remember, that was a big number for Tampa this year. The Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup in the 103rd NHL season. The Bucs won the Super Bowl 103 days after the Rays lost the World Series to the Dodgers, where they picked up their 7th championship, like Brady got his 7th championship. Also, this man's full name has Gematria of 233, which is the 51st prime number. Again, Tampa's 51. Super Bowl 55 was the 51st of the modern era. So this man had the numbers. And I just want you to notice that the word sacrifice, again, if you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order forwards, the alphabetic order in reverse, and then those 2 orders using numerology. In 3 out of the 4 ciphers, sacrifice equals 73, 170, and 62. Notice Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 170-62, like how Mahomes fell to 6-2. Again, the Super Bowl was 62 days before WrestleMania, which is in the same building, and 62 days after the Tampa mayor's birthday, Jane Castor, born December 7th. But notice how Boston Red Sox, who he played for, has the 170 connection as well. And again, he's dead at 73 after Brady becomes 7-3. And the only value I didn't have up there from the base ciphers is sacrifice also equals 46, like how Genesis 46 begins with a sacrifice. The name Tom Brady equals 46, as does Michigan. He was the 199th pick out of Michigan. 199 is the 46th prime. With regards to this guy, being a Boston, Massachusetts sports star, like Tom Brady, Boston, Massachusetts 55. Super Bowl 55 ritual. And they even mentioned how this guy went on to win the championship with the A's in 73. Now he's dead at 73. Yesterday, I just put up a video about Hartharn Wingo, who died by the numbers to start this year at age 73, and he won the 73 championship with the Knicks. Shout out to Joe in Philly, who asked me to cover that. Again, you guys really want me to cover something? Send me a letter in my P.O. box, Makes me feel less lonely in the world. And it's a good way to get my attention. So my email overflows every day, but my P.O. box, I don't miss anything that comes through there. And if the woman's watching who sends me all the seeds in the mail, I really appreciate it. I'm going to have to buy some land just to plant, I guess, and feed the town. There's a woman that's sending me so many seeds, it's crazy. She's telling me to do something, obviously, that she's like, Zach, buy some land and feed some people. I don't know how she can afford all these seeds, but she's one of the only people who sends me anything to my P.O. box, but she sends me a lot of seeds. I get a big box of seeds every single week. So, with regards to the better things happening in life, a lot better than this ritual sacrifice business. And again, just to remind you guys, the Chiefs have now scored 73 points in Super Bowls. They came in with 64, plus 9, 73. Brady came into this postseason with 73 postseason touchdowns. He came into the Super Bowl with 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions for the 2021 playoffs. Bucs went up 7-3 early, like I said they would in the live broadcast. Game was 7 months and 3 days after Brady's mom's birthday. I told you to watch out for that Texas Tech game 2 weeks in advance. I said you'll get the big clue here. This was the night before the Super Bowl. Mahomes old school. Texas Tech 73-62. Mahomes falls to 6-2 in the playoffs the next day. Again, they do this stuff year after year. Giselle and Brady did the 73 questions interview. The Edge, born in 73, won the Royal Rumble the weekend before the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay Rays Stadium. There might even be more. But again, Tampa, Florida got that 73 connection. Again, as this man dies, Tom Brady and the Bucs are celebrating the Super Bowl on the 41st day of the year. And notice how it's 191 days after Brady's 43rd birthday. 191's the 43rd prime. Society of Jesus, 191. It's also 6 months and 7 days, like Kansas City, 67. Like 67's the 19th prime, like how Brady won the Super Bowl 19 years after beating the other Missouri team, the Rams. And we talked about how Leon Spinks and Bruce Reed both died on the same day, both being from Missouri, one from St. Louis, one from Kansas City. Leon Spinks died at age 67, the blood sacrifice number. Now a blood sacrifice in Boston while Brady's celebrating. Again, 191, the 43rd prime. Brady, 43 years old. Football's 43. Florida's 43. GOAT's 43. Remember, greatest of all time is 188, and the Super Bowl was 188 days after Brady's 43rd birthday. If you look into the history of Tom Brady, I went hard on RFG Chosen One, but the one thing that I appreciate that he brought to the table with his research that I was not aware of, look up Tom Brady's family history. They say his relative was the first prisoner of war in World War II by the Nazis. It's hard to believe. It's like, who had that tracked down? But at the same time, the Nazis did a lot of research. And remember, all their scientists were brought over to the U.S. after World War II. Project Paperclip. But they say Brady's relative was the first prisoner of war during World War II. And they did a lot of experimentation with humans and genetics. Telling you, some of these athletes are lab creatures. Brady sure doesn't have that lab creature body, but he got the longevity career. And Brady's arm strength has gotten a lot better over the course of his career. I'm pretty sure he did some human growth hormone or whatever they got him doing. But they brought back out this 40-foot boat, and I talked about this in December when they did the story on this, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, they mentioned how this boat was 40 feet when he bought it, and then the Super Bowl ended up having 40 points in it, and the weekend, the way he spells his name, equals 40, and of course the weekend's birthday is February 16th, 216, just like the score was 21-6 at halftime. But the 40-foot boat, 40 points in the Super Bowl, the weekend, they always sync up stuff with the halftime performer. And just to go back to my post from December 6th on this, we covered this then, but the boat had the gematria of 91, 37, and 62, the name of the boat. Viva Avida. Buccaneers got that 91, 37, 62 in the base ciphers. They went up 3-7 with 37 seconds left. We talked about the actor who just died at age 91 on his 55th day of his age right before the Super Bowl. Again, Mahomes fell to 6-2. And the boat was delivered to St. Petersburg, which has the gematria of 53 and 73 like Tampa, Florida. And like we said, he's on his way to being 7-3 in the Super Bowls. Now today we got the death. Think about it. While Brady's on this boat that equals 73, you got a death back in Boston of the first player drafted by the Red Sox, dead at age 73. You know what I mean? And just for the record, the Chiefs, they now have 73 points scored in Super Bowls and 93 scored against them. 73 is the 21st prime number. It's 2021. It's Brady's 21st season. The word Jesuit's 21. The first Jesuit Pope Francis, his birthday is December 17th, the first day of Saturnalia, to celebrate Saturn, the keeper of time, to the occult. That's also recognized as Satan in astrotheology. But think about it. The Chiefs have scored 73 points in Super Bowls, the 21st prime, and had 93 scored against them. It reminds of how in Super Bowl 51, Brady had 93 offensive plays, and Carl Sheffers worked that game like how he worked Super Bowl 55, and then the next year Brady was in Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the town that equals 93 on the 93rd meridian. He also had 62 passing attempts in Super Bowl 51, and Minneapolis equals 62. And we said as soon as the Super Bowl ended, we said, look at his box score. It's very clear Brady will be in the Super Bowl next year in Minneapolis. Anyway, Saturn's got the 93 and 21 connections. Saturn represents Satan. Satan's got the gematria 55, like Super Bowl 55. The satanic emblem or statue or symbol is the Baphomet, which is part goat, like they call Brady the goat. And again, they had the halftime do the halftime show. Did I just call them the halftime? What did I just say? They just had the Weeknd do the halftime show. And again, he's flashing Satan at his concerts. Satan's got the 55 and 10, like Brady's 10th Super Bowl. Again, Brady came in with 80 career losses and stayed on 80 career losses. He also came in with 80 postseason touchdowns. Improved to 83, like football's 83, like he's born on 8-3. And then Tom Brady equals 35, and he got his 149th home win, the 35th prime. But not only that, but the Weeknd for his show at the Super Bowl, because realize this wasn't at the Super Bowl. This is what he does at his concerts. But at the Super Bowl, he came down like a fallen angel, right? Like Lucifer fell to earth, Lucifer, Satan, evil, good. Fallen angels got that gematria 55. And I meant to show up here how, well, I guess it's right here. Satan's got the 35 as well, like Tom Brady, who's got the 35 birth numerology. If you use these Septenary and Chaldean ciphers, which are important ciphers, I don't usually talk about them, but again, 35 is a big number with the Super Bowl always. The first ever Super Bowl was one with 35 points. It was another big reason I like Brady winning, getting that 149th home win, the 35th prime, because it counted as a home game for him. NFC was home this year. But, yeah, and then remember the final drive of the first half started with 55 seconds, and the Bucs went down the field and scored a touchdown despite getting the ball back with 55 seconds in Super Bowl 55, and they went up 21-6 right before the Weeknd performed, who has a 216 birthday. 21-6, 216, halftime performance 216, the Weeknd 30 years old, Tampa 31, Bible 31, Jesus ministry begins at 30, Bible got that gematria 30 like Tampa, biblical riddles. and then 40 points scored. And here, I'll just show you. I forgot to put it up here, but the weekend, the way he spells it, because he leaves out the E at the end, the weekend's got 41 like Super, but also 40, like how the score was 31-9, 40 points. And the Old Testament, what the end of the Bible's based in, Revelation's based in the Old Testament. Old Testament's got that 40, like United States. My old free book on my old blog, Revelation and the Birth of the Nation, talks about a lot of this stuff. But again, all this stuff is biblical, you guys. This knowledge is biblical. They script, so much from history to sports by these biblical codes. And again, I don't know how people deny this stuff. I mean, it really is undeniable unless you just want to live in the world of ignorance and pretend like this isn't happening. Play pretend like sports are legit, pretend like your government's legit, pretend like the news is legit, pretend like I'm a crazy person. People like to play pretend all the time, so. But there ain't nothing crazy here. There's nothing but facts and backing up more points and points and calling things before they happen too. So I don't know what more proof we need to do. We've been killing it for 7 years straight. So, because my main channel suspended, GematriaEffectNews, I will be streaming TFR tonight, Truth Frequency Radio. If you guys watched the video I just re-uploaded, the interview from January 22nd, 2020, that was from Truth Frequency Radio. You just never know who we're going to get. I wish more celebrities would step up to the plate like Larry Johnson, but even our regular callers are pretty good. So if you've never tuned into the TFR Wednesday night show, it's normally on my other channel, but it's suspended right now. And it's a caller-driven show. And it's a different number to call in for that show. The number you see at the bottom of the screen right now, it'll change. It'll change to 213-233-3998. It's a 3-hour show every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern. And there's a call board with that. So it's first come, first serve. So call into the show early if you want to get in, because by the end of every show, there's 50 people on hold I can't get to. And the problem is they called in too late. So call in early and be patient, and you will likely end up on the show. So, got to run to the post office for now. Got to mail off some books. Thank you to everyone who supports the books and the hoodies. And I'll see you tonight, Truth Seeker. Until next time.